Prince William may be known as King Charles's obedient son, but in college he was something of a beach bum. From building homes in Chile to riding frigid waves, William's adventurous university life was very different from his current role as England's stoic king-in-waiting. In the year 2000, a young Prince William took a detour from royal duties to experience an adventure far from the palace walls. He rolled up his sleeves and jetted off to Patagonia to help build houses. While it may sound like the plot of an early 2000s rom-com, William flew over to Patagonia just weeks before Princess Catherine, who took the same gap year experience. Playing the villain in the story was then Prince Charles, who wasn't too keen on the idea of William taking a year off from his studies. However, that didn't stop William from embarking on his excursion. Royal author Katie Nicholl wrote in her book William and Harry that the pair argued about William's plans, with his father noting how stubborn his son was. However, they ultimately agreed that William would join the Welsh Guards in Belize. William also travelled to Kenya and the Indian Ocean island of Rodrigue before his time in Chile. Needless to say, Prince William's gap year was full of expeditions, hammers, nails, and heartwarming connections. Prince William took a page out of a rebel's handbook when he decided to go rogue with his university choice. After his gap year, William turned in his grey hoodie for khaki pants and a smart sweater, shattering a 150-year-old history of royal family members attending Oxford or Cambridge. The handsome blonde prince headed to the University of St Andrews in Scotland. While this may have seemed like a bold move that could ruffle some royal feathers, apparently it went over just fine. According to Katie Nicholl's The Making of a Royal Romance, Queen Elizabeth II was said to be delighted by this choice. As if that wasn't enough of a stamp of approval, the Queen Mother, who died the year after William began at St Andrews, had an honorary degree from the school. It was at St Andrews that William met Catherine. Their journey from campus companions to royal spouses unfolded amidst the hallowed halls of the university, and the rest, as they say, is history. Imagine a world where paparazzi lenses aren't zooming in on every royal move. Well, that's precisely what happened when Prince William headed to college. Katie Nicholl explained in Vanity Fair. William wanted to be treated the same as everyone else, and at St Andrews, he was. The media had agreed with the palace to leave the prince in peace after he granted the world's press a brief interview and photo call the day he arrived. What's more, his classmates and the faculty reportedly were told to keep a tight lid on it. The prince was granted privacy so he could focus on his studies and make friends. Now, even though the paparazzi promised not to publish any sneaky snaps of his campus escapades, those promises crumbled when unauthorized images found their way into the spotlight. Catherine and William were spotted skiing together in Clostars in 2004, and the pictures were published on the front page of The Sun with the headline, "Finally, Wills gets a girl." Despite the criticism from Buckingham Palace, the outlet stated, "One of William's girlfriends could become queen one day. Her subjects will be entitled to know all about her." Despite the fiasco with The Sun, Prince William and Princess Catherine were able to fly under the radar throughout the beginnings of their love story. When they were just two normal students at St Andrews, they enjoyed casual meals, nights in front of the television, and parties with close friends. It all began with that innocent spark of friendship, which later led to moving in together as roommates. Yes, William and Catherine shared a flat before they fell in love. Nobody knew about their budding romance for quite some time since the media's watchful eye was effectively blinded, and so they could enjoy a blossoming love story like any ordinary couple. Prince William is set to be the King of England one day, but he's not exactly the king of the kitchen. Regardless, Princess Catherine was still wooed by his culinary skills, or lack thereof, back when they were students at the University of St Andrews. As the couple shared in their engagement interview, Will showed his affection for Catherine early on in their courtship by cooking up dinners. Evidently, he had his fair share of kitchen mishaps, which Catherine quipped about in the interview.
It would always come with a bit of angst and a bit of anger if something had gone wrong.
To his credit, William acknowledged that he wasn't necessarily the savviest chef. He said in the same interview, "When I was trying to impress Kate, I was trying to cook these amazing fancy dinners, and what would happen was I would burn something would overspill, something would catch on fire, and she would be sitting in the background trying to help and basically taking control of the whole situation." The prince went on to say that he believes his cooking has gotten better since they were young co-eds, but Catherine's laugh suggested otherwise.
Kate would say I'm getting a lot worse.
I didn't give you enough chance to practice, though, maybe.
No, that is true.
While cooking may not be his strong suit, William apparently has not given up on it entirely. At a 2017 charity event, he reportedly told attendees that he still enjoys getting in the kitchen. As for his favourite dish to make, according to People, William said, "I like a roast, so a bit of roast chicken or a steak." While studying at St Andrews, Prince William took up surfing. His determination to master this aquatic art left an indelible mark, one that continued to ripple through his life. In a 2004 interview with the BBC News, William said it was pretty brutal out in the frigid water, revealing, "It was a bit like putting your head in a freezer when you went underwater, but the wetsuit I've got is pretty good." Of course, it appears to be a fantastic respite from the public eye as well, with the prince adding, "There's no noise, it's just you breathing. You're in a different world with the fish." Fast forward to a significant chapter in Prince William's journey, his bachelor party in 2011. The celebration, orchestrated by none other than his brother Prince Harry, included surfing. For a cool £200, Prince William got to sit front row at a charity fashion show that would play a pivotal role in his relationship with Catherine, the future Princess of Wales. During their days at the University of St Andrews, William and Catherine were not just close friends, but also individuals navigating the intricate dance of chemistry and emotions. In the year 2002, a fashion event became the stage where it all began. William and Catherine's friend dished to E! News years later. It was the end of their first year. I was there, and in person there were a lot of attractive girls. Catherine was in a very daring dress, in a sheer stocking-like dress. He was sitting front row and his eyes were like stalks. Designed by Charlotte Todd, the blue-trimmed silk dress left little to the imagination. Their classmate also insisted nothing happened between the future married couple that night. The dress itself became something of a historic artifact, and collectors were apparently ready to drop serious dough on it. According to CNN, the garment sold at auction in 2011 for $125,000. Prince William's athletic prowess extended beyond the realms of conventional sports during his university years. While he was recognised for his skills in horse riding and soccer, William was also an accomplished water polo player. He even became the captain of the university's water polo team, and apparently he was a really good sport. A player from an opposing team told the Irish Independent that after he accidentally headbutted the prince during a match, the royal didn't seem to mind. The player said, "He was sound, a very nice fellow, really." William's interest in water polo spurred on his interest in other aquatic endeavours, including scuba diving. He eventually took over the presidency of the British Sub-Aqua Club in 2014, where he continued to advocate for responsible diving practices and marine conservation. Prince William's commitment to water activities early on aided him later in life, where he now utilises his platform to advocate for the importance of teaching children to swim. As a patron of the English Schools Swimming Association, he championed the cause of reducing drowning incidents by ensuring that children had access to proper swimming education. His dedication to swimming education was underpinned by his recognition of the sobering statistics surrounding drowning incidents, both in the UK and internationally. Through his role as an advocate for swimming education, William played a vital role in raising awareness about the need for water safety.
Swimming is unique. It is the only sport that can save lives.
During their time as students at the University of St Andrews, Prince William and Princess Catherine shared a relatable indulgence that many of us can relate to: a good takeout meal. The couple had a favourite fish and chip shop that held a special place in their hearts from their university days. Anstra Fish Bar was the go-to spot for the future Prince and Princess of Wales to satisfy their craving for a classic fish supper. This iconic chip shop played a significant role in their university experience. In 2021, they visited Anstra Fish Bar for a nice, heaping serving of nostalgia. According to the Daily Mail, the couple ordered a hearty haddock supper, which included fish and chips. To top off their meal, they also treated themselves to ice creams, savouring the simple pleasures that the spot had to offer. This visit wasn't just about satisfying their own cravings, it was also a chance for them to hobnob with the locals. Their down-to-earth nature and their ability to connect with the community was on full display, as was their love for a classic fish and chip dish.